Welcome to the story of one of the most powerful civilizations in human history. Rome. A city that began as a tiny settlement on the banks of the Tiber River, would one day rule over a vast empire stretching from the windswept hills of Britain to the deserts of Egypt. But Rome's story is not just about conquests and emperors. It's a tale of ambition, politics, innovation, and human drama. From the myth of Romulus and Remus, through the rise and fall of kings, the birth of the Republic, and the transformation into a mighty empire, Rome shaped the world in ways that still influence us today. In this video, we'll journey through more than a millennium of history, exploring the legends, the battles, the emperors, and the people who made Rome eternal. The story of Rome begins, as legend tells us, in 753 BCE, with the twin brothers Romulus and Remus. Abandoned as infants and raised by a she-wolf, the twins grew up to found a city. But a bitter rivalry ended with Romulus killing Remus, becoming the sole founder, and the city was named after him. Though a myth, this story encapsulates Rome's spirit, fierce, determined, and destined for greatness. Rome's early years were ruled by kings. Romulus, the first king, laid the foundations of the city by building walls, establishing the Senate, and organizing the Roman army. Later kings like Numa Pompilius introduced religion and law, while others like Tullus Hostilius expanded the city's territory. These monarchs helped shape a unique identity, blending myth, religion, and early political organization. The monarchy ended in 509 BCE, when the Romans overthrew their last king Tarquin the Proud, whose cruelty and arrogance sparked a popular revolt. From his fall emerged a revolutionary new system, the Roman Republic. Determined never to be ruled by kings again, the Romans created a political structure based on checks and balances. Power was shared by two annually elected consuls, and the Senate, made up of Rome's elite, advised them. But tensions quickly grew between the aristocratic patricians and the commoner plebeians. The struggle for equality, known as the conflict of the orders, would last for centuries. Eventually, the plebeians gained political representation and legal protections, most notably through the 12 Tables, Rome's first written code of laws. As the Republic matured, Rome expanded its control over the Italian peninsula, defeating neighbors like the Etruscans, Samnites, and Greek colonies in the south. But the Republic's greatest challenge came from across the sea: Carthage, a wealthy and powerful Phoenician city in North Africa. The three Punic Wars that followed would define Rome's destiny. The First Punic War gave Rome its first overseas territory, Sicily. The Second Punic War saw the brilliant Carthaginian general Hannibal cross the Alps with elephants, shocking Rome. But despite early defeats, Rome ultimately triumphed. Scipio Africanus defeated Hannibal at Zama, securing Roman dominance. The Third Punic War ended with the complete destruction of Carthage. These victories turned Rome into a true Mediterranean superpower. Victory brought wealth, but also instability. Conquests flooded Rome with slaves and riches, widening the gap between rich and poor. The Republic began to fracture under the strain. Ambitious generals like Gaius Marius reformed the military, allowing landless citizens to join the army, but their loyalty shifted from the Republic to their commanders. Sulla, another powerful general, marched on Rome and ruled as dictator, setting a dangerous precedent. Then came Julius Caesar. A brilliant politician and military leader, Caesar conquered Gaul and returned to Rome with immense popularity and power. In 49 BCE, he crossed the Rubicon River, igniting civil war. After emerging victorious, Caesar declared himself dictator for life. But his concentration of power alarmed many. On the Ides of March 44 BCE, he was assassinated by senators hoping to save the Republic, but instead, his death plunged Rome into deeper chaos. Out of that chaos rose Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus. He defeated his rivals, including Mark Antony and Cleopatra, and in 27 BCE became Rome's first emperor. Augustus kept the facade of the Republic but held absolute control. His rule marked the beginning of the Roman Empire in a period of relative peace and prosperity known as the Pax Romana. Under Augustus and his successors, Rome expanded to its greatest territorial extent. Emperors like Tiberius, Claudius, Nero, Trajan, and Hadrian all left their mark. Hadrian's wall in Britain symbolized the limits of Roman control, while Trajan's column celebrated military conquests. Roman society thrived, roads stretched across the empire, aqueducts brought clean water, and Roman law formed the backbone of justice throughout the territories. Despite its power, the empire was not immune to crisis. In the 3rd century CE, Rome faced economic troubles, plagues, and nearly constant invasions. Emperors came and went with dizzying speed, often installed by the army. In an effort to restore stability, Emperor Diocletian divided the empire into East and West. Later, Constantine would reunite the empire and embrace Christianity, forever transforming Roman religious life. He moved the capital to Byzantium, later called Constantinople. But the Western Roman Empire continued to weaken. Pressure from migrating and invading barbarian groups increased. In 410 CE, Rome was sacked by the Visigoths, a symbolic blow that stunned the ancient world. In 476 CE, the Western Roman Empire officially fell when the last emperor, Romulus Augustus, was deposed by the barbarian Odoacer. It marked the end of ancient Rome in the West, but Rome's legacy endured. The Eastern Roman Empire, known as the Byzantine Empire, would continue for nearly 1,000 more years. More importantly, Roman ideas lived on in languages like Italian, Spanish, and French, in legal systems around the world, in architecture, engineering, and city planning. From its mythic founding to imperial glory and eventual decline, the story of Rome remains one of history's most compelling and influential sagas. From a humble village by the Tiber to the heart of an empire, Rome's journey is one of ambition, innovation, and resilience. Its rise and fall remind us how great power can be both magnificent and fragile. Yet the legacy of Rome continues to shape the world today. Thank you for joining this journey through time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss an episode. There's much more history to uncover, right here on Whispers of History.